Sir, please, would you kindly listen? I really want to end this. Or this image making, I see the tremendous danger in it. So I ask myself, can this end? But the danger is more important than anything else. You know, like a precipice. When you see the danger of it, you move away from it. When you see a rattler, you move away from it. Just listen, one moment, just listen, sir. So I see, one sees the danger of it, which is, why does the thought create these images? Don't please answer it immediately. Go into it a little bit before you answer. Go into a little bit. That is, I'm asking, why thought, which is, my wife said something to me yesterday, nagged me, bullied me, was happy with me, gave me some comfort when I died, etc., etc. And that has built an image. And that image, I live according to that image. And she does too. And I say to myself, why does thought do this? Don't answer it yes, sir. Please give 2 minutes to go into it. You can only go into it if you have no ideas about it. If you don't say, well, this is so, that is so, and jump to words. So you have to find out why thought does this. The thought does it. I'll have to continue because the thought does it because in the image it finds security. My wife, the image, and that in that I'm secure. Wait a minute, sir, just listen to it. My country, right? Security. My group, security. The group being the image which I have created about the group, the image which I have created about the nation, the image about which I have created through religious indoctrination, the image, the Christ, the Hindu gods and all the mess of that business. And so thought creates these images because it finds security in it. Right? Whether that security is in neuroticism, neurotic beliefs, neurotic or some beautiful, fanciful image, it is still the same. So thought finds security, it wants security. Why?
It seems to me that thought wants to maintain itself.
Yes, go on a little further, go on. Don't stop there.
It starts.
Sir, don't, you've said something, investigate, move with it.
That thought is impermanent and therefore it's seeking.
Are you sure of what you're saying? Don't theorize about it.
Yeah.
Don't unless you are speaking from fact, everything else is meaningless.
safety and certainty.
Which is what? To be certain, secure. All that means it demands complete, inviolable security. Just a minute. Why? Why does thought demand this? My wife, you follow? I possess her, she's mine, she's etc., etc., etc. In that there is great certainty, great security. I've identified myself with her. She has fulfilled what I want. And she does the same. It's a mutual interacting exploitation. Sorry to use an ugly word, but it's a fact. So, I say to myself, if thought seeks security, is there security in the image? You understand, sir? I sought security in my wife, the wife or the girl, and I built an image about her. And in that image there is security for me. But it's an image. You understand? It's a word, it's a memory, it's such a fragile thing. But yet I hold on to it.
Sir,
Right?
my thoughts are aware of the passage of time, and I'm afraid it's going to end. So I seek permanency in the images I create.
You seek permanency in anything. Right? So I'm asking, why does thought seek it? No, you go look into it, sir. I seek, please just listen, sir. I seek security in the traditional symbol, in the cross. I seek security in that. That cross, the whole structure, the nature, and all that lies behind it, rituals, dogma, all that, I find security in that. Why? And I know logically, if I am aware at all, logically, it's a product of thought. Right? And yet thought clings to it. Why? Is that part of our conditioning? Part of our being conditioned from childhood to believe in that symbol? Rama, Krishna, Christ, you know. Why? If thought finds security in it, and thought looks into it and says, my God, there is no security, just an idea. Right? Which thought has put together. So, when thought clings to an image, it is the very essence of neuroticism. Right? I know it is danger, and yet I cling to it. Do you see the absurdity of this? So, do you actually, no, wait a minute, do you actually see the absurdity of it?
Yes, I do.
Then it's the end. No, then you don't create images. Wait. That is, the wife calls me an idiot. Will I listen to her without forming an image? Or the old tradition, habit, conditioning responses. Yes, image making. You follow? When she calls me an idiot, no image making. Is that possible? Or when she flatters me, which is the same thing, the other side of the coin. Now, how, if you will listen, I'll show it. Huh? Shall we go into it?
Yes. Yes.
That is, the wife calls me an idiot because I said, did something which she didn't like, all the rest of it, calls me an idiot. The condition for thought is conditioned, so the immediate response is an image, right? I'm not an idiot, there is an image. Now, can I listen to her? Please find out. I'm going to tell you something. Can I listen to her without a response? You understand? Not indifference. Can I listen to her when she says, darling, you are so lovely? Which is another image, right? Can I listen to her when she calls me an idiot, when she says you are marvelous? Both. You understand? Listen to it without storing it, without registering it. You understand my question? You understand, sir? This is very important. Do get this little bit, which is, do you want to go into all this? The mechanism of the mind, of the brain, is to register. Right? It's registering. And it is so conditioned that it registers immediately, idiot. Or say, what marvelous person you are. It is registered. Now, to stop registering, you know my question? You understand my question? When she calls me an idiot, not to register. Or when she calls me marvelous, not to register. Which doesn't mean I become indifferent, hard, callous. So I can only do that. Please listen. I can only do not register. That's only possible when I give my complete attention to what she says. When she calls me, please listen, when she calls me an idiot or marvelous person, when I pay complete attention, there is no registering. Why? You understand my question? Do it, please, as you are sitting there, do it now. That is, you've got an image about your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Gosh, this boy and girl, I'm getting bored with this. We go on till we die with this question, boy, girl, boy, follow, woman, man. Oh, so silly. I am pointing out the image making is the process of thought. Thought has made this image. Therefore, there is conflict in that. I see the tremendous danger in conflict, whether between India and Pakistan or whether Russia. You follow? Tremendous danger because they kill each other. So I ask, can that image making stop? It can. Why does my thought bring about these images? It finds security in these images, right? Security, safety. And yet thought knows how absurd it is. Therefore, when thought clings to something which is irrational, it is neurotic. So, I'm saying, asking, since the brain is so conditioned, it can't let go and say, well, I won't, it's finished. So I'm saying, when the wife says, or the man's husband says, or the boy says, and the girl says, you're an idiot, not to register. Just see. Don't say if it is possible. It's not possible. Find out. Because if you say it is possible, then you're already gone off. Or if you say it's not possible, you have blocked yourself. So, is that possible? Can that be done? We're going to investigate. Why does the brain register idiot? The word idiot and the word beautiful, marvelous, you're a lovely man. Why? One is an insult, one is a flattery. Because the word idiot has a great deal of significance. Right? The word itself is an insulting word. I have an image about myself. And that image rejects the idea that I'm an idiot. You understand? I'm not only an image about my wife, my husband, my girl, or whatever it is, and also I have an image about myself. Right, sir? So when you call me an idiot, the image gets hurt. Right? So is it possible to end all image making about myself as well as the other? To end totally all image. Don't say no or yes. So what is the momentum, the energy from which the image making takes place? You understand what I'm talking? No, I'm not making myself clear. I will. Let's begin. As long as there is a center, as the me, with my image, right? That's the center. That image will always get hurt or flattered. Right? So as long as there is a center, it's impossible not to register. You get it? Haven't you got an image about yourself? Huh? If you're really honest and look at yourself, haven't you got an image about yourself? That you are this, that you are rather ugly, that you are rather not so clever, and I wish you were more beautiful, you know, not so bright, not so intelligent, not so... you got an image about yourself. So, that image, which is the center of your being, right? As long as that image is there, it must register. Which means, registering means division, conflict, violence, and all the rest of it. When you see the whole structure of relationship, the whole of it, then the center becomes unimportant. You follow all this? Center has no value. Therefore, there is no registration at all. The speaker is telling for him a fact, not just an idea. Because I've lived through this. He said, K, this person has lived through this. I've been insulted, hurt, brutalized, kicked about, called him, oh, marvelous, you're the great teacher. Everything. There is no registration because there is no center. You understand, sir? Therefore, no conflict. You got this? So, we began with asking, what is thought and what is experiencing? Right? In the moment of experiencing anything, doesn't matter, sex, looking at that lovely branch, or the evening sunset, and the delight of an early morning, when there is an experiencing, actually that is the second. In that there is no thought. Then thought comes along and says, how marvelous that was. I told it. The moment it says how marvelous, it's captured it. And therefore wants repeated. Right, sir? So, to look at that sunset or the morning light on a leaf, the experience of it, and ending it, not carry it over. All that demands tremendous attention. And attention is not possible when there is a center which says, I must attend, I must get the effort. Right, sir? Right?
Sir, the lady would like me to ask, is image part of hurt?
Huh?
Is image and hurt the same thing?
The image and the hurt?
Are they the same thing?
Of course. The moment you have an image, you're going to be flattered or injured.